Welcome. You know, in our quest to become better musicians, sometimes we go on this search far and wide for information, right? For the next great scale or voicing or chord progression or tune or lick or rhythm or whatever. But the truth is, everything we need is already right here in front of us, and it always has been. It was left to us by the masters before us, and all we have to do is investigate those recordings, those tunes, those solos. So we're going to do a little bit of that today together. We're going to check out what I think is the greatest music theory lesson of all time, Charlie Parker's Donnelly. Let's do it. Welcome, everybody. My name is Adam Manis. Thank you so much for being here today. Just a reminder that everything we do here is brought to you by Open Studio. Go to openstudiojazz.com to check out all of our jazz lessons. We actually have a deal today on our pack of Charlie Parker tunes called the Bird Pack. You can get that for $20 by clicking the link below. You're going to want to check that out. We also have a PDF to download for you today, so you're going to want to check that out too. Free for you to take home with you. Everything we're working on today, the breakdown, the tune, all of it. And so let's get to it. I am not being hyperbolic when I think that Donnelly is one of the great music theory lessons of all time. Literally like 90% of the questions people ask me about what scale should I play over what chord change is right here. Charlie Parker left it for us in plain sight. It solves a lot of our problems when dealing with things like secondary dominant chords, minor chords. We're going to learn a lot today, and we're going to practice the tune. Here's how today is going to go. First, we're going to listen. I have it queued up in Sound Slice with the notation so we can follow along with the melody in notation. Then we're going to break it down just a little bit. I have a couple of things I want to pull out. Now, there are endless things we can pull out of Donnelly, but there are two things that I have queued up that I think are really interesting and compelling to talk about. And then we're just going to practice it. We're going to learn the tune. We're going to play along with the recording, which I can't recommend enough. Just play and play and play and play along with the recording so that we have it. And you don't have to understand all of it today. You don't have to understand all of it this week, but little by little, spending time with these recordings, understanding that we have everything we need from the recordings the masters left us, and just trying to open our ears to it. That's the lesson today. That's what we're going to work on. So let's get to it. Let's listen to Donnelly as played by Charlie Parker and Miles Davis from the Savoy Dial sessions, those big, complete sessions that are so beautiful. Here it is, queued up in Sound Slice, and let's have a listen at full speed. Oh, and then the solo, that's a whole other thing. We're just going to be dealing with the head today. And you can see there is a lot going on. Like there is a lot to learn from just the melody to this song. Now, I have a couple of things pulled up that I thought we can discuss first and kind of break down. And then we're just going to learn and practice the tune. So the first thing I want to talk about is what Charlie Parker plays here over the F7. Now the key of the tune is A flat. So the 1 is A flat. The 6 chord is this F7. He makes it a dominant 7 chord as opposed to like a minor 7, which would be like the diatonic quality of the chord. But here it's an F dominant 7. Now I get asked all the time, what do I play over the 6 dominant chord? Like if you're playing a rhythm change, this is B flat, right? And then G7. What do I play over that G7? Do I play a Mixolydian? Do I play the half whole diminished? Do I play the altered scale? Bird lays it out very clearly here in the melody. And what we can learn from that melody is that there's this scale that's kind of based off of the B flat harmonic minor scale, right? So the F7 as a dominant chord, it leans towards B flat, right? This particular scale kind of leans towards B flat minor, but in this case, he's going to play B flat 7. It doesn't matter. All you need to know is on that dominant chord, when it's like a secondary dominant, a great option is this B flat harmonic minor. In other words, the harmonic minor from the tonic you're heading towards. So if F7 heads towards B flat to resolve, minor or major dominant or whatever, then this B flat harmonic minor scale starting on F is a great option. Right? So you hear that right there in bar 2. Right? And then it resolves to the B flat 7. But there's something else going on. There's an extra note that Bird puts in here. It's that sharp 9, right? You hear this all the time in bebop especially. So if we add that sharp 9 into the scale, now we get what I, in a very cheeky way, call the secret dominant scale. That's not the real name for it. It's just something I call it. I'm sure our music theory nerds here have some real names for it, but I've always just called it the secret dominant scale. And it is that B flat harmonic minor scale starting on F, but we add now that A flat, that sharp 9. So we have the flat 9, sharp 9, and the major third all in there. And then we have this heavy B flat minor sound. I can't tell you how useful this scale is on a dominant 7 chord, going pretty much anywhere, but especially to like a minor chord or a dominant chord, as it does here in Donna Lee. And you can just make it harmonic minor, as Charlie Parker does in a couple of spots here. That's totally cool. But if you go up to that sharp 9, it sounds hip too, and it gets that motion of sharp 9, flat 9, root, 7th, all the way down to the 3rd of your target, which is just super sweet. So that's the first thing that we want to lock onto, is this what we call the secret dominant scale. Again, it's the harmonic scale from our target. So in F, our target is B flat, right? It resolves to B flat as a dominant chord. So we can use that B flat harmonic minor plus that extra note, that sharp 9. So instead of this minor 3rd there, it goes up to the sharp 9. Okay, the second thing that we can talk about here are the broken ninths. This broken ninth pattern is all over Donna Lee. Now, what is a broken ninth? So it's literally a ninth chord, 3, 5, 7, 9, right? So a 4-note ninth voicing of any chord. It doesn't matter what the quality is. Say here we have a B flat dominant chord. We're going to have the 3rd, D, the 5th, F, the 7th, A flat, and the 9th, C. Right? You could play those all together, and that's just a regular B flat 9 voicing, right? Without the root in it at all. Now, if we break that up, then we get this phrase that you hear all throughout Donna Lee in a bunch of different contexts. I call it broken because it's not an arpeggio. It doesn't necessarily have to go one way or the other. We can break it up any way we want. So here in this broken ninth for the B flat minor 7, our second example down here, right? That's just 3, 5, 7, 9, but the 3 is up an octave. So you hear this all over this tune. You hear this all over bebop. You hear this all over jazz post-bebop. I mean, this has been a thing for a while, and it's just an easy way that we can apply the principles that we learn here in Donna Lee straight away to our playing and make it sound good. It's so great at outlining the changes just perfectly. Actually, both of these concepts, that secret dominant scale and these broken ninth chords, they really help us explain to our listeners what is going on in the tune, where the tune is going melodically, where it's going harmonically. Bird was a genius at this. All right, so let's break it down even more. I'm going to go through the tune and kind of show you all the places this happened. Hey, by the way, if this is what you want to see from us here at Open Studio, go ahead and click the like button. If this is your first time on the channel, hit the subscribe, because we go live a lot here at Open Studio, and we love to nerd out on things like this. Okay, here's Donna Lee. This is exactly what we just saw there in the Sound Slice. Shout out to Sound Slice. But if we break it down here with our two concepts, we can see that they're all over Donna Lee. So right there in that second bar is our first example of that secret dominant scale, right? The B flat harmonic minor, but leaning towards that A flat, right? All of these notes are from that scale. So this is so great because this solves the problem. What do I play over the F7? Like, listen to the difference between a mixolydian, an F mixolydian, and this secret dominant scale. Like, right? That's the mixolydian. Now listen to the secret. Isn't it so much hipper? It really grounds us more in the key of A flat. And I was playing it super lame. I was just kind of running it like I was running my fingers over it. If you put some like hip rhythms and shapes to it, like Charlie Parker so eloquently does here, then it's all the better. But even just that lame example, you can hear the difference between those two scales as far as one sounds fairly weak and like, where the hell am I in the changes? And the other really outlines things. Now, right after our first example of the secret dominant scale is our first broken ninth. Right, that 3, 5, 7, 9, easy. And then we go into our B flat minor 7. Now this just goes up a B flat minor 11 chord, straight up the chord, again outlining the changes. And then check it out, it's our next broken ninth chord. It's over E flat 7, but it's actually a broken B flat minor 9, right? Something that we can totally borrow from, that we can hang over from the previous measure. And it's that way of the third is actually an octave above. It doesn't go straight up, kind of surrounds it like that. And then it happens again here on the A flat major 7, right? Up the 3, 5, 7, 9 of A flat. And then it does it again in the very next bar on the E flat minor 7, 3, 5, 7, 9. It's all over the place. It's just a great way to outline the changes. Go through here to the minor. And then again here on this F7, right? That's all the secret, that's secret dominant scale, right? So beautiful. Little sharp 11 there. And then here in this B flat 7, 3, 5, 7, 9. It's kind of couched there in the middle of the bar. Same thing as before. Oh, listen to that. There's an A natural. That'll catch you every time. Wink, wink. On that C7, but check out the second bar of C7. So you could play a G half diminished here. I'm not convinced on the original recording that's what's going on. I think it's C7 the whole time, but I could be argued otherwise. But I believe it's C7 there the whole time. But you could play a G minor 7 flat 5. But either way, the second bar of that C7, that's all secret dominant. Now that's the F harmonic minor with that added sharp 9 of E flat there, right? Starting on C. That's F harmonic minor starting on C with that extra sharp 9. Again, solving our problem of going from a dominant chord, right? A secondary dominant, which is a dominant chord that does not resolve to the 1, right? In any given key. In this case, it's resolving to the 6, right? To the relative minor. This is super helpful to know. What do I play when I'm in the key of A flat and I want to go to its relative minor? F minor. Well, this scale, this secret dominant scale, is just so perfect at that, right? Then it does this beautiful, we can actually have a whole lesson on the chromatic passages of this tune. Like I said, it's the greatest theory lesson of all time. I mean, that's all that Barry Harris chromatic scale right there. I mean, before Barry Harris. So again, here, once we get off of our diminished, which we could also do a whole other lesson on, then we're on our 3-6-2-5 cadence at the end. And check it out, that 3-6 part, again, thinking about it as all 6 chord, that's really just our B flat harmonic minor. And then a broken ninth on the B flat 7 for good measure. And we're out. How great is that? I mean, it's just so clear. Everything we need to know is right there. And we didn't even get to his solo, much less like check out what the pianist is comping, transcribe the bass line to see what's happening there. This is just the melody of the tune. And it's absolutely beautiful and enlightening to say the least. So let's learn how to play it, right? We've broken it down. We have 2 strong concepts. Again, I encourage you to download the PDF for yourself. And check it out, and you can check out those concepts for yourself. But let's learn how to play Donna Lee. Let's listen to it one more time at full speed, and then we're going to slow it down a bit and actually play it. let's learn it, eh? So I do, for pianists, I have some suggested fingering in there. I'm not the greatest suggested fingering person that has ever lived, so you might consider just doing what's comfortable for yourself. In fact, I encourage you to get good at creating your own fingering because it can be very helpful. Let's take it down to 50%. We'll go half speed to start, and let's learn it phrase by phrase. Just this first phrase here. There it is. Now, one thing to remember here, we want to try to get Bird's phrasing down. It's harder to do at the slow tempos. It actually gets easier as we kind of increase the speed, and you can feel sort of those meta rhythms and where Charlie Parker is feeling the time. But even from the beginning here, let's see if we can't, off the jump here, just try to get his phrasing, where he's putting the accents, where he's feeling the time. Super important. Let's do it. One more note. You can follow along here with the music, but you could also just close your eyes and try to use your ears, or just look at your hands and not use the music. That is so valuable. Let's try it again. One more time here. All right, fair enough. Let's see if we can get the next phrase in there. So we'll extend it out right there. This one's tough. No, you don't get to resolve. Let's do that just from that B flat to that D flat. Here we go. Woo! Again. One more time. Lovely. Okay, let's see if we can get from the beginning through there. Again, listen to how they're playing, how they're phrasing it. Woo! And again, check it out on that A flat 7, 3, 5, 7, 9, 3, 5, 7, 9. It's just awesome. All right, let's check out here this phrase, next phrase. I'll back it up just a little bit. Secret dominant scale. Again. One more time. I think we almost have the first half. Let's add in this last phrase. We're not going to do more than that for now. Last phrase, and we will resolve to the A flat. Don't worry, all my fellow OCDers here. We'll resolve to the A flat there. Let's try it. Beautiful. Let's do it again. One more time. You got it. How beautiful is that? While we're doing this, too, see if you can note those concepts we were talking about, right? That secret dominant scale, that 3, 5, 7, 9, broken ninth chords. Let's do the whole first half of the tune. We're already halfway done. Let's do it. right, we got it. All right. So the second half is the same as the first here. This first phrase, it's the same as the first phrase. We already have that. Now check it out here. Oh. Sorry, that's a natural there that I didn't play. Shame on me. Let's try that again. Full disclosure, I thought that was A flat. One more time there. That's such a great phrase, too. The A natural. Beautiful. All right, next phrase. And actually, let's do this next phrase goes all the way through to the end, pretty much straight through. Let's see if we can nail it. This very last phrase, and then we'll put it all together. Come on. No. Man, it's good. One more time here on the last phrase. Again, see if you can mimic what Charlie Parker's playing. And Miles. That's it. That's the whole tune. Let's see if we can do the whole thing at half speed, and then we'll just try to ramp it up little by little. Here we go. Here's the top. We got it. Gorgeous. Down that harmonic minor. Every question answered with this tune. It really is the greatest theory lesson of all time. I mean, like that diminished. I could do 3 or 4 of these sessions. Let's try it 60%. Here we go. 5, 7, 9. Secret dominant. Sharp 11. 3, 5, 7, 9. Secret dominant. Long note. On me. It seriously does answer so many questions that we get all the time. It's all right here in this one head. 70%. We're just going to ramp it up a little bit more. We'll play it a few more times, but I think we've got it at a slow tempo. You don't have to get it at the full speed today. Your first go at it, if it is your first go at it, just take it a little bit every day. Add it to your practice routine. For the first 5 minutes, just play Donna Lee slowly, gradually ramping up the speed, and you'll have it. My own fingering there. Who wrote the fingering anyway? We did now that it's at 70%, you can really hear how they're phrasing it. Try to match them. Like when they come into the second half of the tune to the second A, they're holding it back. They're holding that time back a little bit, and it just feels great. 80%. Let's do it 3 more times. Ready? Hey, 2 more times. Here's 90%. You got it. You got it. It feels so good. One more time. Here we go. Full speed. Join me. We got it, y'all. I think we got it, y'all. There it is. Donna Lee, the greatest theory lesson of all time, in my opinion. Again, folks, download the PDF. Take that with you. It's got the breakdown. It's got the tune with that color-coded breakdown. You can go to openstudiojazz.com for anything. And also check out the Bird Pack. Those are all these great lessons of Charlie Parker tunes that we have available on Open Studio in a little convenient $20 pack here available for our YouTube viewers today only. Check out the link in the description. Thanks, y'all. Take 2 was a success. Appreciate it. Until next time, happy practicing.